Good morning, Mike.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. More to the point, how are all of you?
Oh, all right. Sorry, that's why I'm a couple of minutes late. I was just dropping Lucas out of the room. He was snoozing. Zara was
Oh,
about to feed him. So,
but anyway, you've got those two little nursery helpers to do most of the work, haven't you?
yeah, it's a fine balance where I love that they want to help, but you know, maybe they try and help a little bit too much and smoth the baby a little bit. So,
many congratulations once again to you all. Really lovely.
Thank you very much. How are you? How's everything?
Well, we're all very well. It's been quite quiet, but beginning to sort of pep up a little bit. Mike, of course, it's World Parkinson Day on Sunday, which is a good opportunity to together thank all the carers and supporters and researchers and volunteers and fundraisers who do so much for the charities and for people who live with Parkinson's. And I'm sure we could together wish them all the best in their future endeavors and to thank them for all they're doing, not least the volunteers who have produced all kinds of support during the pandemic to people who live with Parkinson. And I hope, if we could say to them together, I hope you will all continue doing this wonderful work. And many, many people are truly grateful to you all.
Yeah, I mean, I echo your words. Without those volunteers, without the people who give their time to raise that awareness to, you know, obviously Parkinson's is a condition that comes with a lot of it's very unique. Every individual has different symptoms and people don't often recognize there are over 50, I think it's over 50 symptoms now that people might not know, whether it be slow walking, whether it be stopping in doorways, whether it you know, obviously they all know, most people know the shaking, but there are so many more quiet voicing. So people get frustrated when they can't hear them, but it's not their fault. So thank you for everyone who is involved with any parts of Parkinson's. It means a lot to me, especially from my heart. And please keep doing it. And happy. Well, let's hopefully can end World Parkinson's Day, and we won't have to celebrate it anymore or shout about it.
That's it. That's a goal. We will get there. How is your father doing?
Yeah, he's all right. It's been a very he's probably, I would say he's had a really sort of tough 5 years, maybe even longer actually. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary, and it was probably it was that year that he sort of, through his Parkinson's, his spine and his back has obviously curved, and then it caused problem with his discs, and then he had to, you know, have a wheelchair at the wedding. He could walk some bits of it, but and that's sort of where the decline started, because he was in hospital to have a backup, and then you lose a bit more strength, and then he went through a whole thing with colitis where he lost more weight, more strength, and it's
I did read about that. Yes.
Yeah, when you start adding those things up, they've made a massive change over the last 10 years. Whereas before that, you know, it was a lot slower process. Whereas, and then you throw in lockdown and not being literally, they're both on the vulnerable list, so they have not literally left their house in a year.
It is very tough.
Yeah,
and it affects the whole family, and of course, not least your mother, who is the prime carer. Is that right for your dad?
Yeah. We keep telling her that she doesn't need to be that, but she's a very stoic northern lady who refuses to give her man up, and we try and convince her that you're not giving up your man. You're just allowing the frustrating parts of it that, you know, that get you sort of riled up, that someone else deals with, and it also gives you a life. What they've really missed out of this year is my mum's missed companionship, really. That's of course of being able to go and see someone else, because she doesn't feel now that she's comfortable leaving my dad alone. And we've tried having care, you know, the odd carer come in and look after him to give her time, but
it can be really difficult to persuade somebody like your mother that for her own sake, but not only for her own sake, but also for her husband's sake, to be out a little bit and come back maybe with some news to chat about. And it's quite healthy, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, because otherwise it just sort of festers about the same conversations over and over, and you end up having more arguments. And
Mike, I think it's really interesting that you talk about this, because I think it's very important for people who don't know the circumstances, how much it involves a partner or a wife or husband. It's such a teamwork, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the team needs to be truly supported.
Yeah.
And I hope that we are doing that.
Yeah, it is completely.
But in the meantime, you've been very busy with your fundraising. I was particularly impressed with your bike ride of, what was it, 750 kilometers?
Yeah, it's a lot of the Tour de France climbs, and it was tough. It was a tough 6 days, but
6 days, wow!
But very, very fulfilling at the end of it.
Well done, you.
And then from that, we started a mass participation event called the Raid Local, which was basically mimicking the first day of that ride, but doing it locally around your own area, socially distanced with your friends, and I think we got over 1,000 riders in the end, all around the world.
I must say, you're really taking your patronage of your charity very seriously and very hands-on. It's absolutely wonderful what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's one of those things. I think charity is. There is a sort of duty to it in terms of trying to find something that you connect with, but obviously when you connect with something so close as your father, or it makes it very simple. And I always say the best way is if we can stop another son, daughter, nephew or niece having to do the same for one of their loved ones, then it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure your father would totally agree with that.
I've got my t-shirt on, actually, my Parkinson's t-shirt on.
Oh, I see. What's it say at the bottom?
Says, if nothing else, be yourself.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, is there, Mike? Well done, you. It's been lovely to talk with you, Mike. It really has.
I can't wait to see you guys. It's been so long.
Hopefully very soon.
Yes,
join
indeed.
up with the parents-in-law.
Yeah.
Mike, all the best to the family, to the young ones, and to your parents.
Thanme very much, and same
Lots
to you.
Bye-bye, Mike. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you for this. Bye.
Bye.